OpenAI just dropped their DevDay 2025 keynote, and I'm going to be completely honest with you. The opportunities here that they just unveiled for solopreneurs and entrepreneurs are absolutely insane. We're talking about some of the biggest shifts in how you can build and scale businesses that I've seen probably in my entire life here. AI went from 2 million developers to 4 million developers in just 2 years. But the kicker is ChatGPT has almost 800 million weekly users, and that's almost 1 billion people trying to use this platform every single week. And they're processing about 6 billion tokens per minute on their API, which is absolutely mind-blowing. Now, while most people are watching this and thinking, oh cool, more tech stuff, I'm actually looking at this and seeing dollar signs everywhere. What they just announced isn't just technology updates. This is actually your chance to build a real business with leverage that you've never even had access to before. Most entrepreneurs are still trying to compete the old way. They're building everything from scratch. They're fighting for attention on social media, spending thousands of dollars on ads just to get noticed. Meanwhile, smart business owners are about to use these new tools, and they're going to create an unfair advantage for themselves, because the quicker you adopt this type of technology, the better that your company's going to benefit. Now, here's the thing. The bar is actually so incredibly low right now because most business owners don't even know that these tools exist. Now, that's different for you because you actually searched this video out and you're looking at a synthesized version of the keynote speech. And that's going to help you get ahead of the game. And if you want more help like this and more insights on how to build your business from the ground up, go ahead and click my link down below. I have a free school community with 1,400 members in there building SaaS products. But let's get back to this. Here's the thing. The bar is so incredibly low right now because most other business owners don't even know that these tools exist. And I've literally showed you guys in my other previous video how terrible most local businesses' websites are. These people are stuck in 2010 while we're about to have access to the tools that feel like they're from 2030. So let me break down exactly what they announced and how to turn each one of these into a real revenue stream. First up is called Apps SDK, and this is a complete game changer. You can now build applications directly inside of ChatGPT. So just think about that. You're going to build an app once, you have instant access to over 800 million weekly users, and no marketing budget needed, because if your app is actually good, you can go ahead and get clients inside ChatGPT. Now, they're also introducing some type of payment system inside of ChatGPT, which would be great, and we'll see where that goes. But essentially, you just build something useful, plug it directly into the platform where people are spending their money and time, and bam, you have sales. Now, users can find your app just by asking for it. They can say, Figma, turn the sketch into a diagram, and boom, your app shows up. But even better, ChatGPT will actually be able to suggest your app when it's relevant to the conversation. And that's just wild to think about. That's a really awesome way to have your app distributed if it's a good app and fits. Now, what does that mean? That means more people are going to be competing for space, so you'll have to build something better. Now, they're also rolling out instant checkout right beside that inside ChatGPT. This is what I call removing every possible friction from the sales process. Think of how easy it'll be now to make sales. Now, the next thing they go over is AgentKit, and everyone's been hyping up AI agents for months, but honestly, most of them are pretty terrible and they never really make it into production. I've messed around with my own N8N workflows, and I use them for very small niche things, but I haven't really had one that I've had to lean on too extensively or has saved me hundreds of hours of time. Now they have AgentKit, and with AgentKit, OpenAI just solved that problem completely, because AgentKit gives you everything you need with visual workflows and builders, chat interfaces that you can embed anywhere, and proper evaluation tools so you know what your agents actually are working on. Now, this isn't just theory anymore. AI agents are finally here, and they're actually going to be good, especially for people with ADHD that have issues executing. This now enables them to go ahead and use APIs to execute their software. Now, real companies are already crushing with this. HubSpot is using it to make their AI system way smarter, and this is exactly the kind of automation that local businesses desperately need, and we can be the ones providing it. We're talking about $500 to $2,000 per month in revenue per client. And these automation services, you can now build in hours instead of months, and you don't have to learn N8N. So that's AgentKit. Now, the next one they talk about is Codex. Now, I'm not a huge coder, but Codex looks really cool. This went from just research preview to fully available, and the stats are absolutely crazy. Daily usage is up 10x since August. They processed over 40 trillion tokens. Engineers are using Codex to compile 70% more pull requests per week. And that's not just a productivity boost. This is like having a senior developer working alongside you 24/7. And if you're running an agency like I am, they just added a Slack integration, so your whole team can actually code directly on Slack conversations. And companies like Cisco are getting through code reviews 50% faster and cutting project times from weeks into days. Now, this is exactly the kind of leverage that lets lets you take on bigger clients and charge a premium price because you can deliver faster than anyone else in the market. Now, let's talk about the new models because these are actually a game changer in themselves. Because the high value client work that you're doing, you need something stronger than ChatGPT 5. And that's where ChatGPT 5 Pro is now available in the API. And this is the most intelligent model ever. Perfect for those premium clients in finance, legal, and healthcare who actually need accuracy and are willing to pay for it. They also just dropped GPT Real-Time Mini, which is 70% cheaper for voice applications, but the same quality. Voice is becoming huge, and now we can actually afford to build with voice-first applications for our clients without breaking the bank. But here's the one that's gonna blow your mind. The Sora 2 is now available through the API. So what that means is now you can go ahead and create your own Sora 2 wrapper. You can go ahead and create your own Sora 2 or add it into the functionality of your own software products already. And you can do that with an API call directly to them. And the cool thing about Sora 2 is they have Hollywood quality videos now with text prompts. And it's not just video, it generates synchronized sound effects and ambient audio automatically. Think about what this means for your marketing agency clients or your service-based company clients. You can now offer video production services without hiring a whole video team. And you can charge a premium rate for what used to require massive budgets or months of production time. So here's what you need to understand. This is the biggest opportunity we've seen in our lifetime. Software that used to take months to build now takes mere minutes. And it's now available through the API. So we're talking about creating Hollywood quality videos with just a few text prompts. And it's not just video, it actually does synchronize sound effect and ambient audio automatically. They used an example inside of here, and I'm gonna let Sam Altman speak here for a second. I'll give him the floor.
Now I want to shift gears and talk about what's new for creators. And this has been a hotly requested one, so we hope you'll like it. We've been seeing incredible work from filmmakers, designers, game developers, educators, and more, using AI as part of their creative process. Today, we're releasing a preview of Sora 2 in the API. You now have access to the same model that powers Sora 2's stunning video outputs right in your own app. One of the biggest jumps that we've made with this model is how controllable it is. You can give it detailed instructions, and it holds onto the state while delivering results that feel stylized, accurate, and composed. For example, you can take the iPhone view and prompt Sora to expand it into a sweeping cinematic wide shot. But one of the most exciting things that we've been working on is how well this new model can pair sound with visuals. Not just speech, but rich soundscapes, ambient audio, synchronized effects that are grounded in what you're seeing. So here's an example in this kayak video. You can also bring pieces of the real world into Sora 2. For example, you could take a picture of your dog and give your dog some new friends.
Look who's coming, buddy. Here they all are. Good pups. Come on. That's it. Everybody together. Happy dog.
So Sora 2 is also great for concept development. You can just describe a general vibe or a product, and Sora will give you a visual starting point. So here, we're going to use it to generate concepts for an e-commerce ad.
When your new place feels like a blank canvas, find the pieces that make it yours. Browse, customize, and check out in minutes. Delivered fast to your door.
People seem to love Sora 2. It's been on the top of the App Store since we launched it, and the creativity that people are demonstrating has been super fun for us to watch. We hope that now with Sora 2 preview in the API, you will generate the same high-quality videos directly inside your products, complete with the realistic and synchronized sound, and find all sorts of great new things to build. Just like our other modalities, it's built for flexibility. You get to control video length, aspect ratio, resolution, easily remix videos. Mattel has been a great partner working with us to test Sora 2 in the API and seeing what they can do to bring product ideas to life more quickly. So one of their designers can now start with a sketch and then turn these early concepts into something that you can see and share and react to. So let's take a look at how this works.
All right, that was insane. And we're going to go back here for a second. So he just used that sketch to go ahead and turn into an actual concept. within minutes. And what that means is that if you have any marketing agency clients, you can offer production services to them without having to hire a whole video team. Here's what you need to understand. This is the biggest opportunity we've ever seen in our lifetime, because now you can create software that used to take months to build, now just takes a few minutes. And you don't need a huge team. You don't need massive funding. You just need good ideas and the willingness to execute every single day. So here's exactly what you need to do. First, you need to get access to the app's SDK preview and build something simple. Get in front of users and start learning how this distribution model works. Second, you can start experimenting with AgentKit. Local businesses desperately need automations, and you can now provide it to them without being a coding expert. Now, third, if you are into coding, get familiar with Codex, because it literally replaces an entire development team for most business applications. And fourth, start playing around with Sora 2 API, because video content is about to get completely disrupted, because you won't be able to tell that it's even AI anymore, and that's where this all changes. Before it was like, oh, that's AI slop. Now it's going to be indistinguishable. So you need to get ahead of that curve. But here's the thing. You need to pick just one of these tools and master it first. Don't try to do everything at once. Pick one that aligns with your best current skill set and client base, and then scale from there. And guys, this is happening right now, not in 6 months, not next year, and you're going to be already building real businesses on top of these platforms. So the early movers are going to dominate their markets, and the people who wait are going to be playing catch up for years. So here's my call to action to you guys. Just stop consuming and start creating. The future belongs to the builders, not the watchers. And if you want to be around other people who are building and implementing with tools like this for their businesses, or even starting their business from the ground up, go ahead and join my school community. It has 1,400 members, and we go over all the leading technology that we use in our businesses to automate processes for clients and make recurring revenue. I hope you gained some value from today's video. I'll catch you in the next one.